Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Total War Warhammer II, The Warden and the Paunch, where we have a little tiny bit of a chaos problem. Hopefully that we're going to be able to start doing things about now that we actually have armies in the area. I mean, it's going to be probably like 2 more turns before Grimgor and Rachnik are over here ready to do the thing. And then... where's my other... Azhag is all the way over here, and I don't know if it's going to make sense for him to report all the way to the east, or like we should keep somebody near Wrecker's Point, just in case, you know, the enemies decide, somebody around us decides to go enemy, and I don't want our WOG to get screwed up, but it's definitely not a high priority. I mean, and if we were going to have one person stay back to play defense, it certainly shouldn't be Azhag's army. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's a problem we can worry about later. The problem we should worry about right now is how we're going to murder all these dudes. Fortunately, I think Oglok has Lightning Strike. I couldn't remember which one of it was. He can pick off one of the armies with the, right, WOG movement. That's a, yep. Okay, well, he in fact cannot do anything at all. And with Wazhumpa not having Lightning Strike, this is actually a real problem. So we've talked a little bit before about how the 40 units per side battle restriction makes large army battles a little bit weird. It is often the case that 40 troops is better than 60 troops. And at the same time, 60 troops and 80 troops are literally not different numbers. Because there's no universe in which you will actually go through 80 units worth of troops, right? Your entire army will, at some point, someone's army will give up and flee the field. So we don't actually, without Oglok to run in and do a one-on-one here, we don't actually, I think, have any advantage at all. To the point where I think, boy, this is really ugly. We could have Oglok run march mode past Castle von Rocken, and then have Wazhumpa try to sit in front of Castle von Rocken with the aim of catching one of them moving in an ambush. I don't really want to fight all 3 of their armies together. I think that's a really bad idea. And in a battle where it's like they get 1 stack plus the front half of 2 other stacks as reinforcements, that is way, way better for them than the same thing for us, because their front half of the army units are way better than mine. So yeah, I think we have to do trickery here. We still, I still don't think we have the right armies in place for fighting them. I guess the good news is Castle von Rocken is the only thing nearby, so it's somewhat unlikely that they will come and attack anywhere else. Right? They burned down everything else in the area already. They could decide that they just want to run to Fort Jakova, and if they do that, then they're gonna do that. There's nothing we can do about it. I certainly can't chase them with my armies semi-frequently deciding that they shouldn't be allowed to move. Nothing for it, you know. It is what it is. Alright, Furt. Do I want Furt to stay over here? I might want Furt to just... I mean, it's a long run over to the Chaos area, but then again, it is really the case that we have almost no use for heroes outside of interfering with Chaos. Alright, our blockers are finally getting in position. We should definitely just come over here and start hurling violence at these dudes. It was Kolek Suneater's army is actually very low level, right? Yeah, go and inflict damage on those guys. Nope, or don't, you know, that's fine too. It was just a suggestion. Nubzub, can you maybe embarrass yourself slightly less? No, you cannot. Gouger. What are my odds of blocking? Okay, we can maybe block Sigvald. Okay, that's something. That's useful. And when Gouger blocks somebody, they get real blocked. He has the skills and everything. So we can hope that that's going to turn out in a useful way. It's hard for me to imagine they won't have the movement necessary to reinforce this battle, though. Yeah, let's repair Norden. Let's get some defensive stuff going on around Norden, and then we have a bunch of money. It's probably worthwhile to upgrade, well, In Wolfenburg? Yeah, it probably is worthwhile to upgrade the Shaman's Hold and get the extra Untainted. Okay, and we don't want to do any upgrades there. And before we stop for the turn, we do have a lot of money. I'm going to give another great big gift to Clan Moors. I know they're really draining a ton of gold out of us, but we need this alliance, like, very badly. Alright. Fingers crossed that that's the one that pushes us over the line. Are we close enough together? Oglock's not actually in reinforcement range here. So the big benefit of the ambush is that it means that we'll get to hurl this many units at a single one of their armies and break it down, and then hopefully they'll be more reluctant to engage. The one big advantage of bringing like 100 units against 40 units, despite the fact that that's not a super different number the way the battle system actually works out, is that it does still continue to affect the auto-resolver in the way that you would hope. So you can overmatch them that way. This is probably also worth doing, honestly. Okay, let's see what kind of terrible things happen. Like I said, my expectation is that Karl Franz will just hurl himself at the nearest settlement, because his army is not going to survive without territory, so he will just rush the nearest thing that is conquerable, and in doing so, he will die horribly, and then we won't have to worry about Reichland ever again. Well, unless rebellions happen, which they might, in which case, maybe we will in fact have to worry about them again. But our objective will be accomplished. We will own a lot of this important territory. And then, like, we still have to pursue the military alliance with the rats, obviously. But beyond that, we are still going to need some other... we're still going to need some other cities from the big list of cities. Because it's not going to be enough, even if we do get a military alliance with the rats going. He thought about that. You can tell. He really considered it. So he did the most annoying version of the thing possible. Okay, I was going to say, if he's really not going to attack us, that's a masterclass in just being a jerk. I thought he was going to just leave our city under siege so that Grimgor wouldn't heal for a turn, and then we'd easily destroy him on our turn, but he would prevent Grimgor from healing. Okay, and they saw through the ambush because they always see through all ambushes. Oh, interesting. They didn't bring all 3 of their stacks. Well, that's an error on their part. And I will, yeah, I'll take that. That's, what a bizarre choice. The auto-resolver would definitely have been kinder to them there. They didn't actually manage to kill even a single one of our units. Yeah, the auto-resolver would have been much kinder to them there if they had brought all 3 of their stacks, and usually the AI makes their decisions based on what the auto-resolver will do, because, you know, that's how that's the AI understanding of how combat works. So that's a pretty strange thing that we just witnessed there. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm, like, overjoyed about it. Very pleased that they just relieved so much of the pressure on us. We still have problems, obviously. But that helped a lot. Alright, so... if we want to have one person play Guard of the West, who is it? Because I don't think it's Azhag. Do we want to have one of the armies, probably like Rachnik, turn around? Obviously these 2 are already committed to the battle here. Okay, this is a lot of notifications. Hey, we're going to have to deal with the elves out of Lorelorn at some point. Are they at war with anybody? Just with Chaos, okay. Yeah, we definitely can't afford to just leave this area undefended, because at some point a 20 stack of elves is going to issue forth and be a huge pain. I think it's probably Rachnik Spiderclaw who comes back. Oh wait, that other level up was in his army. Attacks cause horrible smell effect, reducing leadership. You know what? Yes, that sounds alright. How much leadership reduction? Okay, not very much, but still, meaningful. Every little bit helps. Absolutely, upgrade this. It's one of the most important things we could do. Grimgor needs to full speed ahead. I could... You know what? I'm going to do that. I'm gonna get in the water, and we're going to go to Erengrad by sea. And have him come along the North Road here. Because the Beastmen are going to need to be dealt with. And this is not the most optimal way to do this in terms of speedy application of force up north, but I really don't think it's appropriate to have Azhag in the west. He's too important. It's Karlberg. Karlberg's pretty far from the elves. I think I'd rather get Middenheim defended first. Alright, and then we just, like, the baffling maneuvers from our enemies here, which is kind of, I mean, in a way, sort of, exactly what you want to happen. In another way, it's a little disappointing when they set you up for a big climactic battle, and then they just sort of give it up for no reason. They just yeah, I don't want to win. They just decided they weren't interested. Okay, so it should be very easy for us to kill Sigvald now, although he is, of course, going to flee when I pursue him here. Oh, interesting. He didn't. I was treating it like a city battle. I was going to run over here and then put him under siege and then move my reinforcements in. That's not how these work. Well, I definitely don't want to fight you alone. Sorry. Let's just move you into the right there. Now he runs. And it looks like we can't really pursue. What I can do is have Wazhampa reclaim Zavastra and have Oglok just stand guard over it. Is that a good idea? I'm wondering if that will draw him back, because obviously we haven't left ourselves the movement necessary to do anything tricky here. I guess, actually, Wazhampa does have the resources to go into ambush mode. He does have enough movement left. Can you? No. And I don't think you can... Yeah, you can't interact with the city in march mode. Alright. Well, who knows? Maybe Sigvald will fall for this very easy-to-see trap. It has not been the case that we have had much luck ambushing these dudes. I'm assuming they have really high ambush defense. Ambush defense chance is definitely a thing. I don't know if it actually affects your ability to see through an ambush, or if it merely makes an ambush less likely once you move into it. But they are definitely, like, very obviously able to see through our stuff. Now, unfortunately, the second block army attempt is going to be less effective, because after you try hero action on an army once, they get a buff that makes them more likely to resist hero actions for the rest of the turn, but we do have to keep trying. I think we're going to keep that exactly as it is. This is... Alright, this is going... So the Beastmen, it's probably going to be a turn or two before Ragush Warmaker feels comfortable attacking Prague. Yeah, we're under control. Everything's fine. Is there an Agent of the Rats over here? Yeah, let me... 119 toward 154. I mean, it's moving. It is weird that Defensive Alliance was yellow, indicating that we were approaching their actual threshold, and then it turned red again. They reconsidered for some reason. And actually, we're going to have some problems now related to the fact that it's no longer possible to farm rep with them by defeating the Empire in battle over and over again. That is actually probably going to have a negative effect on our... I have no idea what the camera's doing right now. That is probably going to have a negative effect on our ability to push reputation with them, so we have to hope that they come around relatively quickly. And we're still getting reputation for fighting chaos. And it does look like maybe they're actually going to get involved. Maybe. I can't imagine why else they would have armies moving east. And they don't really have a lot else to fight right now, I think. So they've sort of consumed the majority of the factions in the eastern two continents. Wazhampa's ambush was foiled. It's very hard to get these chaos dudes to not see through an ambush. There's a lot of open terrain around here, which certainly doesn't help. Yep, and here they come again, because it's just non-stop. Whoever's in the northeast corner of the map just has to fight chaos forever once the Chaos Invasion starts, it can be a little bit tedious. But the biggest downside of avoiding it is that, like, if you really want to be clear of the Chaos Invasion, you want to start as far away as possible, the Southwest continent is Nightmare Town. It is just a forest that will consume all of your blood. So basically, things are tough all over. Alright, yeah. So, Grimgor is going to be in a position to do something about Fort Ostrosk pretty soon. And I don't think we have to be particularly cautious on this. Like, Srui is not capable of fighting Grimgor's army, I don't think. Even without the Wog stack, I'd put him up against. Although, actually, he should probably... Here, let's get him back up to 20 units. But yeah, I'm not gonna do anything tricksy here. We're just gonna run at him. You know, the Grimgor strategy. This is a little bit more of an issue, and we still definitely have to deal with Prince Sigvald, and him being a huge baby is gonna make that a big problem. The constant fleeing. I'm not really sure how to deal with the constant fleeing, actually. We kind of can't cut him off. In part because it's very difficult to predict how our army's movements are going to work from turn to turn. We can attack here, and he's in encampment mode, but he's not actually doing anything, so attacking to force him to retreat to get him out of encampment mode doesn't really help. It's a very low value strategy. Raknik, I think where we probably want Raknik is... I mean, we might want to think about just killing the elves, actually. But I really need... That's going to be a thing Raknik has to figure out by himself. I really need the other army over here as quickly as we can make that happen. I mean, he would just stand and fight. We know he would just stand and fight if we went at him with just Wazhampa. I'm not 100% sure Wazhampa beats him, is the real problem there. His army is considerably more elite than ours. Maybe the right move is to just get near him and wait. Because the thing is, if we try to attack him and he retreats, we're giving him free travel distance, right? I'm gonna go here. Alright, we're basically right next to him. Hopefully he will not have enough movement to escape us. Even if they did want to come over here and reinforce Srui, the only way they could do that is by having Srui move backward, which I'm fine with. That'll be just fine for us. Yeah, okay. I think the pressure, them deciding to throw away two armies for no reason, has really helped. That was a big deal. Alright, rats. Aha. I like to see yellow. Probably they're not going to go for it this turn because it just became yellow again. Which means we're pretty close to the threshold. Wow, really? We were trending toward 140-something last turn, weren't we? Alright, well, I guess let's offer them some cartoon amount of money, and they're going to say no, but we got to try it, because if they were to say yes, the value of that would be huge. Alright, and then I guess I'm just going to make another gift to get our reputation not to be trending down for no reason. Okay, 153. Yeah, it's weird how we're losing like dozens of reputation per turn. The gifts are the reputation for previous gifts is supposed to wear off a lot more gradually than that. I'm actually gonna have this goblin turn around and keep an eye on Lorelorn. That's his job now. Sazpug, could you block this army? Okay, we will get them. Next turn we will get them. That feels fairly likely now. You are just gonna start making life difficult for people. You know, eventually he'll succeed on stuff. One day. Sometime soon, perhaps. Okay, critical failure. Fantastic. I know our odds, like, we're far from guaranteed on these actions, but we are seeing an awful lot of greater than 50% failures, like way more than 50% of them. Okay, yeah, sure, do that. Upgrade this spooky castle. That is still not happening. Alright, let's see how they respond to this. I mean, Sigvald's basically doomed. The fact that he lost the amount of movement range that he lost means we probably have him and can return these two armies to the north. Grimgor can hold out for a little while. He may have to fall back when Sartorial moves westward. But we're about to have 4 armies, each with 2 armies worth of troops in it, to defend against this chaos push. We can play a little bit more of a sort of a zone defense. Oh hey, the Skaven have come in and have settled some of... That's why they were running east. Chaos was just reducing the amount of territory that I could hold. Okay, well... The good news is we did already get the military access agreement from them, so we're not going to accidentally crash our reputation with them by moving through territory that's not really theirs. Not interested in whatever you have to say. I kind of wish there was a button for that. You can't even... you can hit escape to skip the little intro dialogue, but hitting escape doesn't close the offer window, so you still have to actually go down there and click on no. Alright, looks like Prague is maybe going to get attacked this turn. The Chaos Warrior is moving into position to function as reinforcements. I assume Clan Mulder probably is at war with Chaos too. I don't think that those are friendly forces. Pretty sure the only people that don't go to war with Chaos are the Norscans. Yeah, so Prague with Sartorial backing him up and Taliesin backing him up. There's no way to defend Prague. It's kind of amazing. Sometimes the AI totally knows how to coordinate across multiple factions, as long as none of those factions are you. Your allies have very little interest in helping you out with stuff. Oh, Okay, there we go. Sorry. The sound ducked out there, and I wasn't sure if it was my computer or my headphones, but it turns out they had come kind of unplugged. Okay, let's resolve this Sigvald situation. I am tired of him. So we'll have Oglok step just a little bit closer. Oh my god. If you're in a stance where you can't move, and you issue a movement order, it should swap you out to the normal, like, it knows what you're trying to do. Why not just do it automatically?
Who's the boss? Alright then, I'll do
Alright,
it.
he falls back, and then we chase him, and then we're done with his bullshit forever. Not forever, for like a turn or two, because he's obviously going to respawn. Okay, finally. I'll take the leadership buff, because we're probably not going to be in combat with anybody in the next couple of turns anyway. We will get the replenishment. Although, I suppose, actually, I don't own that much territory up here. Wazhumpa, shut up! He probably doesn't need to have a voice line play every time you click anywhere on the screen while he's nearby. Yeah, we don't actually own that much territory anymore, so the places where we can heal easily are fewer and further between. Alright, let's go near Fort Ostrosk. See if we can catch Srui coming back. We kind of have to wait a minute here. If we manage to secure the defensive alliance with the Skaven, then their territory will heal us the same as our territory does, which obviously would be super helpful. Hold on. I'm not sure what I want to do with you yet. Let's make this happen. We know that's got to happen. Like, I would love to catch these guys. One thing we could try is just sitting outside their territory in ambush mode and then declaring war on them. Obviously, I'm not gonna start it. If they want to do a thing, we're ready to do a thing. But all right, and then you just need to damage chaos troops. 27%, 46, and 43. Okay, let's do Sartorial. Alright, hey, we finally got one. Oh, hey, you got levels. Alright, Chaos Troops don't heal super well because they don't really have a lot of, you know, they don't own the territory they're moving through most of the time. They have to do this encampment creep. So, you can build up a lot of attrition damage on them that way. Alright, let's just slow their push down, try to disconnect their armies a little bit. Gouger, I don't know, man. You need to report further north, so we're going to need to slow a whole lot more people. Midden Stag should get one of these. Let's just get more money. Always more money. How much money is too much? Question doesn't even make sense. Okay. So we know that the Skaven took Beethoven. We saw that happen. They don't have Zavastra yet, but they might. They might go and grab it. I can't safely conquer a thing, because the second one of my armies was that weak, they would Chaos would pounce on it. Okay, they want the defensive alliance. I want the military alliance, and it seems like they're coming around on the idea. We're already trending toward only 129 again, which is frustrating. What about this? Ah. Alright, well, I'll take the defensive alliance. It's fine. It's a good start. So that means that we're now trending toward 137, and I'm going to ask for a little bit of help over here. If you guys could maybe target Festergax Manbane. I want them to want to commit an army real deep here. So what do they have nearby? They have a joke army. I mean, it has a lot of guns. Guns are good, but like you can't just be running around with warp grinders in your army. This is terrible. But the fact that we can now ask them for help, that we can heal in their territory, and that we can serve as reinforcements to each other's armies is probably going to have a pretty significant effect on the way things go down from here. Let's make sure that we are spending our scrap. Get saddles you need. We went bonus versus large with a lot of these guys, and honestly, it makes way more sense to have the Wyvern be good against infantry, because it can get in on whoever you need it to get in on. Reinforced weapons for you. That leaves us with 57. That is a shame. It's almost enough to chrome out his whole army. It's very close. Alright, let's see if this ambush holds. He's not starting the turn very close to any Chaos forces, so even if they would see through his ambush, it's possible that they'll execute a whole move action before he is revealed, and so that even if that Beastman army doesn't actually fall in the ambush, they'll spend a bunch of movement and probably not be able to get away, and so he might be able to just chase him down on our turn. Now, usually, when you ask an allied AI faction for help with their army, they don't respond right away. They're going to do whatever they were already going to do for a turn or two, and we'll get a message when the AI decides that they want to go along with our plan. I do like the density of the forces they're moving in here, though. This is looking pretty promising. Yeah, man, if we can secure that military alliance with them, it's going to be very, very bad news for everyone else on the entire planet. A military alliance of the Khemri and Clan Moors and us in this situation is probably very unbeatable. Of course, you always have your concerns about diplomacy breaking down and stuff, but that's why you never ever stop fighting. As long as you are conducting war operations against shared enemies, reputation stays nice and high. Nope, he just wants to go to Hell Pit. That's a shame. We are probably not going to be able to get Grimgor to attack him at Hell Pit. We can prevent Hell Pit from actually getting sieged. Okay, so here's that message I was talking about. They are actually going to try. Yeah. We can definitely get... we can march about Grimgor up and have Hell Pit's garrison attack these guys, but that doesn't really help that much. I don't know what we're going to do there. I do know what we're going to do down here. This is pretty straightforward. So the Skaven go before...
Yes, boss.
Yeah, the Skaven go before Chaos. If we were to move troops into reinforcement range against Talsim, the Skaven might actually come over and help. If we can apply... If we can just keep troop blocking them, I think that would be pretty great. Alright, excellent. Excellent damage. Okay. Preventing their troops from moving together as like a cohesive unit is one of the best things that we could be doing. How's his army looking? Okay, we've done a fair amount of damage, actually. He's healing more than I'm used to, chaos healing. I wonder if their ability to heal themselves might have gotten buffed a little bit. It would not be entirely unreasonable. It was a real problem for Chaos before. So let's see. We could rush up, have help its garrison push these dudes off, and then just have Grimgor wait in Hellpit, and we would almost certainly see him get sieged by these two, but I don't know that they would be able to win that battle, and Sarthoriel's not going to be able to come reinforce them. The other part of the army broke off southward. I think that's actually an okay plan. And then we'll try to push them back toward the pass. There we go. Alright, I guess we can't actually have him be in Hellpit. That's a shame. Because that's really... I wanted to get to take advantage of the walls. That's fine. That's a big, scary defensive force. Nobody's going to mess with him. Or if they do, they're just going to die. So your normal movement range ends here. What about Wazhampa? Wazhampa doesn't really have a lot of strategy that he can apply here. I think we're going to cross like this. We'll stay on the Skaven side of the line for obvious healing-related reasons. And then I'm just gonna keep these two grouped together for the moment. Alright, Uzhag is... I think we're gonna keep Uzhag running along south of the river for the moment, instead of having to wrap him around that mountain range. But he will be in position to do something meaningful soon. Trending negative again already. Awesome. Well, I'm gonna give you money again. And then we gotta win some battles so that we have the ability to get more money to give them. Trending toward 153. Ostensibly. That's what they claim is happening. I guess we'll find out. We do have the ability to just wind down one of the armies if we're really desperate for money, because we could dramatically increase our income, right? We're doing okay right now. We could be doing even okayer. Let's take a quick look at our... Do I have anywhere that's still 0? I mean, that's 0 because there's no money-making buildings in it. No, we're producing everywhere, and we're only trending down in Southern Oblast, and even that's only because stuff has been burned down recently. Yeah, we haven't really lost any money-making structures or anything. Erengrad's dock's finished, which is lovely. Which means, actually, we should definitely change this over to plus 5% income. Alright, and Furt is pretty much just gonna... Man, if we're gonna do something against the elves, I suppose we ought to do it while the Wog is still up, right? But I don't really want to cause a new problem on a new front right at this moment. Let me let Middenstag's defenses get completed at the very least. Oh, we need to put in a garrison building in Middenheim, and then we'll consider more seriously doing something over there. Hey, listen, if we end up slipping on the Skaven thing and our reputation with them settles down to around 100-something, that's not a big deal. The alliance will probably hold, and we'll just have to go marauding to make some more money. You know who I hear has a lot of money is those High Elves. Okay, I like the way this looks. I like the aggressive play. Apparently, for some reason, Tulsin didn't run away from that battle, despite it being an obvious loss. Just let the rats consume him. This is a little bit different from the way the Chaos Invasion usually works out, in my experience. the orcs and the Skaven joining forces to drive the Chaos Worshippers back. This might be the first time I've ever seen this particular thing. It looks like the Khemri are actually starting to make a foothold over in the west. I mean, we have a military alliance with them. If they make actual distance into that jungle and start claiming cities, there are a couple of cities from the list over there. It is not entirely impossible that that they could complete the rest of what we need. You know, provided we do manage to put together the alliance with the Skaven. That's like 100% not optional at this point. We really, really need that to happen. So I'm a little worried about the fact that Archaon drove up. Yeah, your army failed to spot an enemy ambush. Oh, right. Beastmen bullshit and trickery. Well, so the move that they made with Archaon there doesn't really make any sense unless this ambush happens. So the AI, effectively the AI cheats a little bit. They know when their ambushes are going to work and when they're not, and you can see them make decisions that won't function unless the ambushes are going to work sometimes, which we saw here clearly. So we're going to have to deal with this this Beastman army with Archaon's army as reinforcements, which sucks a huge amount, and we're 100% for certain going to lose. There's no universe in which we come anywhere near winning this battle. But we do have to do our best, do as much damage as possible here. So, how do they set this up exactly? They have... Okay, Chaos is coming in rapidly from over there. Yeah, this is a really frustrating way to lose this army to random ambush bullshit. Alright, you guys just start working on a giant right away. There is every chance that we can kill this Beastman army entirely. Beastman armies are very weak and bad. Doesn't necessarily need to be the case, but the way the AI uses them, generally, they're pretty weak and bad. Let's see. You guys should all just turn and fire. This is a shame because we're going to lose this caster now. So close to immortality. But there's just no universe in which we could possibly win this battle. The battle against Archaon would be hard enough without the other troops around. So we need some of our melee to report backwards. We need a lot of them to report backwards, actually. You can go at that. You guys can fight this giant, I guess? Grimgor is pretty good at fighting big giant stuff, too. But also, you just wade in and murder everything. And... of course, we got troll powers. Unfortunately, we didn't really start with that much in the Winds of Magic pool. Unfortunately, he cannot use his big single target debuff against giants, even though that very obviously should work that way because it's not a lord or a hero. But I think it's pretty obvious that you should be able to use the thing that's supposed to make him defeat single strong targets against single strong targets. Alright, I'm gonna drop a big load of magic here. That's ridiculous. You guys are Goreherd. Not so good. Not so good. Let's drop some loonies. These are orcs. Here, we can do this. Let's aim that that way. That will disturb those guys. Unfortunately, there's a pretty small number of enemy units here. This is not an optimal situation for loons. This is the part of their army that is more individual big figures, but we'll give them a little something. We may as well get the power on cooldown. And then I'm going to have these river trolls report this way. Somebody's got to defend the catapults for a minute until the catapults can do the thing they need to do. Although, honestly, probably what's going to happen with these catapults is they're just going to get murdered by chaos. And there's not really anything we can do about that. There's no good reason to try. I'm going to see if we can weave through a little bit over here and get onto those archers. Let's keep an eye on the cast. Oh, that thing wandered off immediately. That's a shame. Right, keep moving, keep moving. Okay, Chaos is here already. That's faster than I thought it was going to be. That's true. They do have chariots. Chariots are real fast. Yeah, they get to come in really, really close to us too, which sucks a lot. Like I said, though, we'll probably tear this Beastman army up real bad. The Boar Boy Biggins should probably back up. Like, they're already fighting the giant, but we need them to back up and get their charge bonus off against the giant again. And then... yeah, I don't know, the rest of you just stay in. This is about resolved. We really need... you stay in on that, but you guys need to back up. I need to get some of these Black Orcs headed back in the direction of Chaos if we're going to maximize the damage we're dealing here. And honestly, you could probably just wade in and start meleeing. It's not really, like, the best use of your abilities necessarily, but... we do need all hands on deck. This is an all hands on deck kind of situation. So I need you to puke on a guy. Okay, and then get in there. Grimgor, stay on that giant. Don't ever let that giant go. And the giant's about to give up, actually. That looks pretty under control. The Wyvern, unfortunately, has gone nuts. This is a bad time for that. We're starting to see a lot of damage from the Hell Cannons. Let's reorient. So we definitely need one unit of goblins firing at the Beastman Lord, the Beast Lord. They have very unimaginative names for their units. Sadly, the poor Beastmen like need a rework, probably worse than anybody else. Like, it might even have been the case that before the Greenskin rework, the Beastmen still needed a rework more than the Greenskins did. Grimgor did the thing. Good on you, Grimgor. Now that the Greenskins have been reworked, there is absolutely no doubt. It is absolutely the Beastmen. Beastmen and Chaos both need some love. Although something tells me Chaos is gonna get some attention at some point in the future, not too distant future. Alright, we can run off a lot of these units of beasts. You guys just need to get in there. Let's pull the Biggins back. Again, just like continue to recharge stuff. Actually, charge the chariots there. Are they on the unit of chariots? It's so hard to tell because the flags are always in a different place than the actual unit is. You know, the flag that's supposed to tell you where the unit is. Never, ever in the right spot. Okay, you guys need to turn around. Actually, we probably need these Black Orcs not to be chasing stuff out here. I was kind of hoping we'd be able to cut the Beastmen up a little faster. Because, like, we definitely have other places to be, right? We can't afford to be fighting these guys for very much longer. Or, honestly, we need to have been finished fighting these guys quite a while ago. So... it would be tough for us at this moment to use the loons, because our own troops are now bound up in what's going on over here so much. Stay on that guy, he's almost dead. Yeah, this ambush sucks. This ambush is real bad for us. Alright, everybody get over here. It is time to report to the murder in place. So where do we want to apply Grimgor? Probably over here near the Chaos spawn? I think he could hack through them pretty quickly. You to get over there. Chase those guys off the map. Make sure they don't come back. It's like a lot of our chaos, or a lot of our cavalry got bound up over here, which is unfortunate. Where is this unit of archers? Let's have them kind of rotate around over here. We still have this problem, and unfortunately our Wyvern we never regained control of the Wyvern, or I would have had it deal with this. We don't really have a lot of cav available. I think if we want to try to have some unit of cavalry deal with the hell cannons, it's got to be like that, and that's probably not going to work. If I had to make a guess, something tells me that won't still be the case by the time they get there. Yeah, there's nothing for you to do really except... Oh, the giant does have to die. He can handle that giant. I have no doubt of that. He's going to run over there and one-shot it. Oh, there's my wyvern. Bye. Come on, Grimgor, get it. Grimgor, he has trouble cornering. Could you maybe, like, do the thing? This would be a great time for you to not get hung up on your own troops. He did. He did, in fact, run over and one-shot it. Okay, this is a great time for... Oh, we can't quite afford the overcast. Well, then don't do anything, because we desperately need that overcast. You should vomit hard on Chaos Knights. His abilities are coming down. Let's hit the leadership button. So is that still... No, that's Archaon. Did we get the Beast Lord? We didn't. There he is. And all of their troops ran in. And unfortunately, we've got like extra giants and stuff now, so we can't really devote the energy to that guy that I would like to devote to him. We could try to have these biggins pull back and assault the giants from the side while we use the relatively fresh Black Orcs to come in here and hold stuff. And then we just need to watch for the Winds of Magic. It's 21 or 22 to overcast this. Yep, it's 21. Okay. Right there. That's going to be very effective. I don't know if it's going to be enough. Sure looks like these Black Orcs aren't actually doing anything. There we go. Yeah, look at that. That Black Sun it's doing some work. Make sure we're popping these. He should probably be reducing the effectiveness of Archaon. There he is. Even though Archaon is not our immediate concern. Let's try to burn the Chaos Spawn down quickly. Oh, my whole army's given up. They did make it over to the Hell Cannons, and then they just surrendered the second they got near them. What a time for it. Well, unfortunately, there's nothing we can do here except just mash our faces against them. Try to stay on the Chaos Knights, I guess. It's like the Knights and the Chariots he can probably kill pretty easily. It's hard to even see him in there. Just attack. He's definitely just walking instead of fighting. Just attack the guys who are right next to you, buddy. There we go. Blow stuff up. I never stop pressing all the buttons, right? It's hard to even tell which units he's fighting because there's no flag near us. He's definitely in melee with some Chaos Knights, but who knows which flag represents this group of knights. Yeah, this is real bad. This ambush occurring sucks. Okay, it's this flag. Well, there's not a ton here for us to do. We should probably just play out the rest of the battle in fast forward, but we definitely want to make sure we're pressing the buttons on cooldown. Because it matters, right? He's going to hack up a bunch of units before he goes down. Looks like he's going to finish off a unit of Gore Herd and these Chaos Knights. The Hell Cannons aren't really doing anything meaningful. Most of their units have had the good sense to retreat. It's very smart of them. Okay, these guys are next. He's just gonna take them on one at a time. No sense in debuffing their solo units. And unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about the Hell Cannons. Like, I certainly can't run over there and attack them. These guys think they're gonna get away. Here, work on the Chaos Trolls instead. That's fine. Is he even going near the Chaos Trolls? He's not really. Here, let's fight this giant. He can stay on a giant. Also, you can just blow dudes up. That explosion really flings people. It's very effective. I can't, unfortunately, tell because they're just gonna... Alright, you know what, Archaon, you want to do this? I will absolutely wallop Archaon back into the Stone Age. I have no problem. Oh, this is the Beast Lord. I can't even tell the difference. Everybody's so covered in dark blood. It looks like Chaos Armor. Yeah, never stop doing the thing. The leadership buff doesn't even do anything, but I'm going to keep pressing it. So it looks like he's kind of fighting the giant whenever we tell him to fight the other guy. He doesn't care about the giant when I've told him to attack the giant. He's probably going to get them both, would be my guess. Let's keep hitting this to pump his vigor back up. It looks to me like he's going to get them both. Maybe not. It's really hard to see what's happening. Everything is the same color in this battle. How many giants does it take to kill Grimgor Ironhide? I don't know. A bunch, probably. Oh, look at this cowardice. Alright. Stay focused on the one that's nearby. I don't actually care if their Beast Lord escapes the battle. That's fine. It would be, to be perfectly honest, it's probably, if I can only pick one, it's better to kill the giant than it is to kill the Beast Lord, because they will get another Beast Lord for free, right? Oh, don't you dare suddenly start taking tons of damage and fail to kill this giant. Grimgor, don't you dare. He's actually going to go down without having hit the giant again. Yep, the giant just completely stopped taking stopped taking damage. That's really annoying. That giant 100% for sure was dead. So this army's obliterated because they were in march mode. The troll is going to be dead, which is a real shame because that troll was like level 16 or something, right? Like we were really getting close to being immortal. Ah, stupid offensive ambush stance. We did do some pretty good damage, but the Chaos army is not missing a lot of units. So they will be able to heal, apparently, because apparently Chaos's healing rate has been dramatically improved at some point. This is not a big deal. The only loss here that really hurts is that wizard. And because it was an ambush, they didn't actually get to do any damage to Hellpit's garrison, so they'll still have to siege Hellpit a little bit. But it does suck a bit to lose an army like that. We'll just start rebuilding immediately. And we'll have a couple of turns here where we're getting a lot of income because we are down an army. And that'll be helpful in its own way. Let's make sure that's happening. And of course, money upgrades. Always money upgrades. Do I want to... it's not that expensive. I was going to say, do I want to even bother with this? But yeah, probably. Okay. That's important to do. So... the Skaven armies are actually here and actually helping. Which is just wonderful. What a wonderful change of pace. So how do we want to step in here?
All right.
What are my actual movement ranges? Okay. As always, these two armies moving as a pair, very limited by Oglok's movement range, which is horrible.
Great and powerful war boss.
Okay, we'll see if we can bait Sarthoriel in this direction. We are not going to stop messing with him.
Mork says what?
It's not super important that he get over here right away. I'd be totally fine with him just being stuck over here forever. Okay, but we are just gonna naturally fail at stuff. Do we want to harass Archaon? I mean, this army already basically doesn't exist. It would seem like assaulting their units is kind of irrelevant. Alright, managed to pull off an assault there against all odds. Well done. That's a really, really easy move. So, I mean, Sarthoriel's not going to come over here now. We outnumber him by too much. Rachnik's just going to keep getting his ambush seen through over and over again, and I'm fine with it. Sozpug, geez, just get up here, I guess. I don't really know what I want to do with you. And let's check in. We're still trending upward, just only a tiny little bit. Alright, I'm not going to start putting together a new army this turn, because we have very little money left. We'll enjoy all the income for a moment. 3 armies with the wall back up in this area should be more than enough to hold chaos back, but we'll see. Some things about this invasion have not gone the way that I would most have wanted them to, so, you know, it's possible that that I will turn out to be wrong about this. I really appreciate how aggressive the Skaven are being, though. If they don't claim Prague, I think it's pretty important that we have one of our armies get over there and do that if possible, and it looks like they are not going to. I mean, we could just let them have Prague, because Prague is going to be the bulwark. Prague is where all of the waves of chaos are going to land. But I think I want to be in control of it. And I mean, like, obviously, every settlement we control is another opportunity to make money, which matters. There's an awful lot of weird mummy stuff going on down in the south here. I don't even know what faction that is that the Khemri are fighting down in the desert. They have a very ominous symbol. So are they going to go after Hell Pit, or is... Oh, yeah. Yep, they want Hell Pit. Okay, well, that's probably good for us. Also, I think while he's in siege mode, he doesn't heal. So he is choosing not to make that army stronger, which is pretty good news for us. Is it a declaration? It's a non-aggression pact. You know what? Fine. I'll take that, and I'm maybe inadvisably just going to have Rachnik run over here and start participating. So that army is going to try to repair itself. We don't really have anybody to run over there and disrupt it, but it's just going to repair itself with Beastmen units, you know. It could be worse. Did you know the old world has survived the onslaught? Yet now another wave rolls forth. The old wave still rolling, actually. But okay, sure. More waving. That is a fair amount of extra money. That's kind of nice. I guess they got tired of me sitting menacingly outside of their settlement. Works for me. I am going to keep you over here. We need somebody on sentry duty. Somebody who can be aware of when it looks like things are heading in the wrong direction for Wrecker's Point. Which definitely needs its upgrades as soon as it can get them. Is Marienburg... Okay, we're getting there on population. 3 turns until it's tier 4, and then we're still going to have to wait probably a dozen more turns after that for the population, but that'll be a big deal. Okay, nobody can reach Prague. Not even a little bit. Well, so I guess we're not going to get it. Let's have you move over to Fort Ostrosk. I mean, I don't think we have to be too worried about Archaon actually claiming Hell Pit. Oh no, he is totally healing while in siege mode. Well, keep hurling yourself at that army. Let's see, you, I guess, try to prevent him from running, but it's very difficult to get hero actions off against him for some reason. And you should come over here and observe the coming of the Chaos Forces. Because there's going to be more of them. So somebody's got to go and deal with this Beastmen army. It's not a real army. It shouldn't be terribly difficult. Would I rather have Uglok break off, or... No, you know what? Uglok just... He's so slow. For some reason, his movement is so bad. This can be Wazhumpa's deal. If we can just... like, basically what we want to do here is we want to get the battles happening more in this area. We want to seal off the pass and make them fight us in the Prague-Volksgrad area. And that'll reduce the likelihood of stuff like this happening. The good news is we don't have any armies left. Or we don't have any settlements left in that area for him to mess with. Everything down there either got destroyed or has walls. I guess he could get to Waldenhof. Yeah, okay, that's a possibility. I don't think it actually benefits us to upgrade this right now. I think we're going to leave a lot of this stuff alone. I'm going to definitely swap you over to income up. We can pull this building, and I don't know what we would do with that space. Probably nothing. Oh no, we can make it a wine building, probably. Do orcs get drunk? Do orcs like to get... I don't know. I'm realizing I actually have no idea. Alright, so that's still not happening. Over here at Talabheim, the Talabheim upgrades don't really matter. We're going to hold off on that. Because I need to be able to potentially bribe the Skaven again. Yep, trending down toward 107. Alright, we're just going to have to let things settle for a minute here. Because we do not have the money to continue pushing the bribes so aggressively. But we will save up. I'm not gonna start another army just yet. So it is unfortunate. We know that Beastman army is within visual range of our guys over there. If we don't see through their ambush, there's literally no way for us to, or see through their hidden state, there's no way for us to interact with them. We can't even guess where they are and just attack there. We do have to get vision of them, despite that being impossible. So, as long as they keep hiding from us, we can't fight them. They did take Prague, and now they're running away. You guys know you have to defend Prague, right? Because there's going to be more dudes. They're all gonna run to the west for 2 turns and leave me completely defenseless against Chaos, and then come back in afterward. It's fine. We'll issue a friendly tactical advisement here in a second. It would be cool if we could wipe out the World Walkers, the last of the Norscan tribes, as well, just so that we don't have to deal with them using Chaos as an opportunity to run in and burn our stuff down. But I don't really have the free resources right now to go focus on other stuff. I do have a lot of respect for the orcs of Grungzint. They are really showing up for us in a way that they totally don't have to. I appreciate this a lot. Alright, so I'm assuming we don't have... Yeah, we still don't have the movement necessary to attack him. Didn't quite manage to finish our garrison upgrades because they're being very aggressive about preventing that. Boy, we don't know where that Beastman army went, but they're totally running all the way down here. I mean, that's fine. Wazhumpa wasn't that big of a contributor in the first place. So we're going to stop here, obviously. Before we do, trending toward 86. Okay, that's not correct. Let's ask these guys to... they're not at war with the Norscans, so we can't tell them to attack the Norscans. And there's no command you can issue that's just like, hey, keep armies in this region. So I guess I'll ask them to come after Archaon in the hopes that will get their guys to turn around. Because we really need them not to move all their armies away from the front right before the new wave of Chaos troops show up. That's like a very annoying thing for them to do. And with that, I think we are out of time for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time tomorrow, we will burn Archaon from the inside out, and then... Honestly, as much as it's a bummer, I think we're probably going to spend the next 100 turns just fighting the same 4 Chaos armies over and over again, over the same patches of land. Sigh. But, this is the Chaos invasion. At some point it will end, and then we'll be able to go back to playing the actual game. We'll see you then.